Well, this is a mess, but what actually is it? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you. Let's get to it. So, give me a second. There, that's a bit better. Now we're down to the bare battery. You're also going to need the circuit from the previous video if you want to be able to charge it faster, but I do have a solution for a problem that I had with the last video. So the problem with this circuit, it works fine and everything, but if you want to charge the battery, no power can come here. So say you're at a charging station in your electric car or truck, it doesn't matter, and you plug it in to charge. Normally you'd listen to music or watch a show or a movie while you waited for it to charge, right? Well, with this circuit you can't do that, meaning I can't be listening to music or watching a show while it's charging. So this cannot be on if this is being charged. And now that's off. This is a cool safety feature in kids riding cars, and I do think this is important, but if I wanted to build a bigger, slightly half scale per se, say with 48 volts, this wouldn't work. So how I fix that is this. Now make sure this ends the correct adapter for this, your charge lead. So this works with both this guy and this guy. That way I can charge it from either one. And in a moment we'll add that to the battery. If you have two of these, you could actually do supercharging, or fast charging as it's called. But if you use this, you won't be able to have your output on. Which if you're just charging overnight, it's fine. But it just kind of messes with me that I can't listen to music from it. Say you had your Bluetooth system connected to this battery, now you can't use it. But again, this will fix that. So to attach this to your battery, attach it negative to negative, like so. Just clip it on. In my case, I clip it on. You may snap it on, it doesn't matter. This guy came full of solar panel, and it worked perfectly with my charger, even though I didn't expect it. Now we can actually charge it. Negative to negative, positive to positive. If you get this connection wrong, on the charger end, things may go bad. Now, the way this is set up on the charging circuits to make that safe, so you could use both charging circuits and actually get fast charging like you would get on your phone or an electric car, which I think is amazing. But I don't have two of these chargers, so I can't show an example of fast charging. Now this is cool and all, but how do we prove this system up here works? We do that with either a digital voltage reader, which is what you would find in an electric car. It shows you how much power is in the battery, how long your battery is going to last, and how long it takes to charge, right? Well, in this case, we're going to simplify that with a multimeter. This is just going to show power input and output from the battery. And we're going to attach that to the terminal of the battery directly, so we see what's going on at the battery, not the output. If you do put it at the output, just attach it positive to positive, negative to negative. And done. Now this is the basic idea set up. Let me actually untangle that real quick. Now this is a little bit cleaner than what you saw in the intro. We have the input from the wall, or we can have a separate input from the wall, or both. for a fast charger. We also have a output, a fuse, and I showed why this little black box here is very important in the last video. Now we can actually turn on our multimeter, and we have to choose between 2.5 in my case I had to choose between 2.5 and 50 volts, so we're setting it to the 50 volts range. Now if you look very, very closely on that red line right here underneath my finger, you can actually see numbers. Right now it's on 16 volts, or it should be. I'll show you that drop. Just give it a second to unplug the charger. You may notice now it's slightly lower than 18 volts. Maybe 14 volts, maybe 16. Oh no, it was at 16, now it's at 14. That's from the battery. It's reading the battery now. So it reads the input to the battery, and it reads the battery charge itself when it's not being charged. And it can actually read the output. So let's say we plug in a basic motor, say for your throttle to make the car go, and plug that in. This is a basic speed controller from a drill as well as a motor. It's an old 550 motor. There we go. Now you can actually see it. Now if you look very closely at the multimeter, and as you can see from the multimeter, it is very much wrong. It very gently lets some electricity out over time. But you notice it suddenly drops in voltage? That's because technically the multimeter thinks it's only pulling 2 volts, when this is actually using 12 constant, because that's what this motor is designed for. So, I don't know if that's an issue with the multimeter, but I'll check it out later. And now you're able to charge it. Just show you there's no output, like at the start of the video. Say, forget about all the multimeter and external charger stuff. Plug this into this charger, and now this is flat out nothing. But if I were to unplug the charger, hold on. This is embarrassing. Okay, let's just show once more that no output from the battery, because the negative wire of this circuit here got unplugged from the battery. Yeah. Let's just remove all of this. Forget about everything back here. And just plug your battery into the original charger, and now nothing works. But if I were to unplug it while holding the trigger, that's just how this is wired. This is an important safety feature to have for if you're just charging normally, but being able to have this, or fast charging in my case, something I wanted to be able to do in the future once I got a separate charger. This also allows me to use this output here for the battery. It allows me to charge it, but this adapter lets me use it as a power supply. And we can actually read that on the multimeter and test around with that in the next video. See you guys in the next one.